Hello, dear students. Welcome back to the English language course. This is 18th lesson, and this is the last lesson of Unit 2B, People Pleaser, and the lesson will be focused on improving your speaking skills. We will work on how to sound more natural and confident when you speak, especially when you need to say no politely. We will practice chunking. That means grouping words naturally when speaking, and we'll use relative clauses to make our speech smoother and more expressive. Before we start, let's remember who is people pleaser and why they cannot say no to others. People pleasing is a behavior where a person prioritizes others' needs, desires, and opinions over their own. They do this to gain approval, avoid conflict, or be seen as nice and helpful, often at the expense of their own well-being, time, and authenticity. Imagine these situations. You are invited to a party you want to avoid. Your manager asks you to work overtime, and old friend invites you for lunch, but you don't really want to do. So you can say no, but in English, how you say it matters a lot. We will look at 8 polite ways to say no and practice the chunking in our intonation for each. Please take a look at exercise 9A. Can look at the list of ways to say no and tick the ones that you think are good ideas. And the first one is prepare and advise, practice what you are going to say. Practice what you are going to say before the situation happens. It may help you to say no. For example, I am the kind of person who likes to think before I answer. It seems to me that this is good tip. And look at the next tip. A positive comment makes your no sound softer. For example, that's a lovely invitation, which I really appreciate, but I can't make it this time. Okay, yes. When you say it in positive way, let's take the third one. It's better to say no quickly than to keep someone waiting. Yes. For example, I'm the type of person who prefers to answer right away, and this is also the good tip which can be used by people pleasers. The fourth one is you can sound polite but clear. I'm really busy this week, which means I can't take on more work. Okay, directly you can say that you haven't time to manage another additional tasks. Let's look at the another option to show goodwill. For instance, you can say, that's a kind of offer that I would love to accept another time. Sounds good. You sound polite, friendly, and positive, and not rejecting, just scheduling. Next is sometimes people try to convince you to change your mind. And in these situations, you can answer, there are people who find it hard to take no more one. The seller's tip is be gentle but firm, being kind but clear, and the best balance. I'm someone who likes to be honest about my limits. That sounds well. Your voice should sound calm and steady. And the last tip is if the person doesn't take no for an answer, don't say yes, say nothing. This is my lovely one. If the person keeps pushing, silence can be powerful. Sometimes silence is the best answer. Let's review. We learned to say no politely using relative clauses and natural chunking. And in the exercise 9b, you should answer to 3 questions, which the first one is, which of the things in exercise 9a do you normally do? Which ones don't you do? And which ideas would or wouldn't work for you? And also you should see why and why not. Here is example given. I think prepare me in advance would work because it would give you time to think about what to say. And preparations, I don't think it would work for me, and I'd forget what I'd planned to say. This is for the second question. Let's review. We'll learn to say no and who, which, that have a sound fluent, chunking, hacks. Listen and understand our message clearly. Don't forget about tone and pauses. About chunking, show confidence and respect. Remember, saying no politely is not rude. It's part of clear, confident communication. Thank you for joining me today. I will wait your answers. Please record your answer and upload in the special section. Keep practicing chunking with these examples and notice how it changes your fluency. Next time you need to say no, do it politely, confidently, and naturally. And before completing the lesson, I would like to inform that our next 2 lessons, 19th and 20th lessons, will be achievement test. The first will be based on the reading tasks, and the second on listening tasks. Keep your mind that OMLU or tutorials will be given from the unit 2, and it will be better if you look through the vocabulary and the grammar topics which were mentioned before. Please do your best. See you next lesson.